What's going on, everybody? It's Rev, and welcome back to another Dauntless video. In this video, I want to take the time to just kind of gush about everything. Gush about how fun the sword is, gush about how good this build is, and gush about how fun Escalation is. It has totally renewed my feelings about Dauntless. I think it's a huge success, and I hope that you're all having as much fun as I am. You're probably all here for the build first, so let's go over the build. We have the sword. I'm a sword boy at heart. I know that a lot of you sword mains watch this channel, and so let's talk sword. We have the Hellion blade, kind of not a big surprise, right? We have the discipline maxed out, actually, and this kind of is something that I'll explain later. We have discipline, we have cunning, we have overpower, we have rage hunter, we have 3 enrage, we have 3 energized, and those are the main components. Within the Hellion Saber, we have Avenging Overdrive and Whistling Blade. Whistling Blade has seen a lot of developments recently that has made it better than Momentum Pommel. And Momentum Pommel is still great, so if you enjoy it, definitely use it. But Whistling Blade is the truth right now. I'm loving it. Whistling Blade helps you get into Avenging Overdrive faster, and that's why we have that Energized +3. Avenging Overdrive, I would say, is about half of your damage. And so when you can counter, and even sometimes like cleave with the counter, it makes it so spicy when you get those crits. When you see those big 5k crits sometimes, if everything's lined up, and just seeing the sword deal that much damage, it's unheard of. It's so cool. And yeah, I start smiling thinking about big numbers on the sword. I'm that big of a nerd. So yeah, you just gotta try it. Avenging Overdrive with this crit build. Do it. Have fun. It's so fun. So yeah, Avenging Overdrive with Whistling Blade in the Hellion Saber. We've talked about the build. Let's talk about a little bit of the metagame of Escalation. The idea is to reduce the amount of amps that you can get in the pool. So you're narrowing down the really strong amps that you want that are, A, more fun, but B, also way more damage. And the main one that you're looking for is Virulent Impact. That's the one that when you crit, you deal 75% of that crit damage to all behemoths. And when you're fighting the dual behemoths, it just wrecks them. But you want any of the hard damage amps like Thrill of the Hunt and the Pact of Might, or any of the hard crit buffs like Malkarian's Cruelty, or whatever ones that it's like on dodge you get 15%. I can't remember all of the names, but you guys get the idea. Just look for crit, look for damage. And so on top of that, I took out the talent point that allows me to get Eidolons, which are the little sprites that fire projectiles that deal really small amounts of damage that are not good. And so I actually took that out. And on top of that, we have the Iceborne perk. If you can, and this is kind of like something that's above and beyond, if you can not heal, if you can stay at 5 potions, you're reducing the amp pool by 2 because you're not able to get the Alchemist amps that give your healing flask a refill when you're at 5 potions. And so that's like a little above and beyond thing if you can manage to do that. If you need to use potions, don't worry about it. That's just something that's cool. But if you can get the frenzy one, because that's going to up your damage even more, and that's good. Like the frenzy tonics do really nice damage buffs. But speaking of buffs and consumables, I want to say something. In this video, I am using Bulwark tonics. Do not bring Bulwark tonics. We have Iceborne to survive, but bring Stamina tonics in its place. The Stamina tonic is going to make sure that when you're spamming repeating elements, you're going to deal more damage when you have Overdrive, but you're also going to build Overdrive faster. That's kind of like the meta of the sword right now, is just spamming repeating elements. So at least when you have Whistling Blade. So keep that in mind. That's going to do it for this. I'm going to let the rest of the Escalation run play if you guys want to see more of this build in action. But that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, please leave a like. If you want to support the channel, you can subscribe and use creator code RevvyRad in the Dauntless in-game store. I stream a lot on Twitch. That will be in the description. And yeah, that'll do. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you on the Shattered Isles.